Hi DIYers, this is Michael from Alarm Grid, and today I'm going to be explaining how long it takes to activate your Alarm Grid security system for monitoring service. So the short answer is that it depends. We can give you the best estimate of 30 minutes. That's the typical case of your typical system, your typical activator, typical monitoring service, central station service. We estimate about 30 minutes. Now, we have 1 hour long activation slots, and that's to account for the unexpected, and so that way we're prepared. The last thing we want is to really go over the activation slot. So we give you 1 hour slots. You should prepare for the activation to take 1 hour, just in case, but 30 minutes is the best estimate. Now, we have seen shorter activations, and of course, we've seen longer activations. On the short end, I've seen one of the techs activate a system in as little as 6 or 7 minutes. That's rare. That's the perfect scenario. That's usually with the lyric, actually, probably on Wi-Fi only for self-monitoring, I would imagine. But we have seen it that quickly. But usually 30 minutes is more what it takes. Now, when you're activating your system, there's a few things we're doing, and it depends on the type of service you're getting as well. We are activating the communicator for use with AlarmNet or Alarm.com. That's a big part, activating communicator, because that's how the system sends out the signals. We're setting up your central station document, configuring your central station settings, assuming you're getting central station monitoring service. Obviously, if you're self-monitored, that's not applicable. We're discussing a false alarm passcode if you have central station service, as well as a possible duress code if you need to call for help. And we're testing the system zones for a certificate of alarm. You can get burglary intrusion zones, carbon monoxide zones, fire zones, temperature zones, and flood zones. So we're going to need to have you activate those sensors and trigger alarms on your system to make sure that those zone types are working. We can only give you a certificate of alarm for the ones that we've tested. That's by law. We have to do it that way. So we'll be testing those during your activation. That's a great time to do it. When you go to sign up for monitoring service, you're choosing an activation slot. And our slots are from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and those are on business days, which are Monday through Friday. So 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So you'll choose a 1 hour slot, and an activator will call you at the time that you've chosen. So what you need to do is you need to be ready for that activation. You need to be on site with the system. You should have the system installed. You should have all the sensors for the system already programmed. We recommend keeping the codes for your system, the master code and the installer code, at their defaults. You'll want to know these codes, so that way you can go through the activation as smoothly as possible. We'll tell you what to do. And of course, after the activation, you will want to change your master code to something different. So that's for security purposes. Don't keep it at the default. Someone might know the default code and they'll be able to get into your system, so change it afterwards. But for the activation, it's a good idea to keep it at the default. That's what we recommend anyway. You'll just want to listen closely to your technician. They're going to give you instructions during the process, and you want to listen to those instructions carefully, so that way we can go through the process as smoothly as possible. And as little mistakes as made, we make as few mistakes as made as possible. We just move through it and get you activated. So just make sure to listen carefully. And remember, it's going to take, the amount of time it'll take will depend on the panel. It'll depend on the communication path, what type of COA you're getting, and how closely you listen to the technician. Like I said, we've seen it done as little as 7 minutes, but we've seen it, we've also used the full time for that hour slot. So you should definitely prepare for it to take an hour, but if it's quicker, then that's great. We're happy to listen to you. The activation is also a great time to address any concerns you might have or to ask any questions. We're here to help, so feel free to ask us as much as you want. Use this slot to its fullest if you want to. That's what we have them set up that way for. We're here to help you. So if you have any questions about using your system, then feel free to ask. And we really want to help you prevent false alarms. That's something that's really important to us as a monitoring company. So if you have any questions about preventing false alarms, then feel free to ask us. We're here to give you tips as well, so we're here to help you. So feel free to pick our brains. That's what we're here for. So be ready for your activation slot, and you have to do your part as well. Make sure you're ready beforehand, and remember, you have to be on site, know the codes, have your system installed and programmed. So That's how long your activation should take. Our best estimate is 30 minutes, but it can be longer, it can be shorter. It's really going to depend. So if you have any questions about activations or monitoring service, send an email to support@alarmgrid.com. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up below to like the video, and remember to subscribe to our channel for updates on future videos. We hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you.